first question. If I was Tim Cook, well, what would I've done? If I was Tim Cook, I really wouldn't have made any changes because of the fact that without making any product changes to the improvements to Apple's current hardware and software, the lineup has momentum that grow for years. I feel like Apple's leadership proven that we can execute and innovate without jobs involved in day to day activities. Like if we continue to refine our existing products similar to how the iPod evolved that Steve Jobs got started, we'll be fine for twice as long as the first scenario. As Tim Cook, as Tim Cook, I feel like that my regime has taken steps to make things like MacBooks a better and simpler product, even if it's still more complicated and confusing than it needs to be. While many people think Apple has lacked innovation in its product since Steve Jobs died, um, that doesn't necessarily mean like our products is like are worse. And I feel like that in certain situations even when Steve Jobs was alive, Tim Cook was and it explained how he was the basically the next man up, the CEO. And I feel like that he will already he already has that that knowledge, know what to do, how to keep the company of 50,000 employees going, like they said in the reading. And for that question number two, when he says when you justify solution, discussion of how traditional theories about leadership rate relate to this case. Let's talk about transformational and transactional leadership. Transformational leadership is the ability to get people to want to change, to improve, and be led. And I feel like through Tim Cook's motivation to refuse privacy issues, and the influence that he has gained from his employees and I would say in customers alike, alongside his individual consideration towards the skill of design teams, just like Steve Jobs. But it's basically the same thing Steve Jobs is doing. I feel like he's arguably like a very effective transformation leader who becomes who continues to lead because clearly in the reading it says that Steve Jobs when I looked up his transformation leadership, it said that he has business booming. Jobs was demanding and creative and controlling, like in the reading. Cook is not. He should. They said he should be, but Tim Cook tried to emulate Jobs, or should he be the head run Apple using different leadership style? And they also said should Cook focus more on managing and leading the employees the same way Steve was. I don't see that like that happening because people do have different type of leadership styles. I feel like Steve Jobs was I want to say a democratic or a coach because he was not he was motivated, but at the same time in the reading they said he always used the word no, like the one the employees explained. When you talk about a discussion of how the concepts of of discussing primary leadership could relate to the issues surrounding Cook's session at Apple, like that was stated in the primary leadership book that we had to read. A leader's primary task is an emotional one to articulate a message that basically resonates with their followers, emotional reality and with their sense of purpose. And so people in their positive direction, I honestly believe that Tim Cook is up for the job because he, not only does he have big shoes to fill, he also has, to freaking step into a different, reality that the Steve Jobs is living in, and he had to make those type of them leadership calls, some big leadership steps to keep the job from going under. I mean, Steve Jobs left 50,000 employees behind, and Tim he had to step up. I feel like, in when you was talking about the three concepts, one of them, I couldn't. I was reading three, but the one that I found that really caught my eye the most was when it said, "How can managers affect one-on-one communication?" I don't understand, but honestly, I feel like that you can, as a manager, um, you should, listen actively. Listening, you know, listening is basically an important skill for managers these days. Having effective one-on-one with the customers, and like they explained in the book, they was talking about how Steve Jobs, again, how he always said no, and he was like very demanding. I feel like that Steve Jobs would need to not only fill in them shoes just to keep the job, like, keep the same type of motivation that was in the area, in the atmosphere with Steve there, but I feel like he need to be prepared and be open minded. Get personal sometimes, and like it, like I said, like they said, like how basically Steve Jobs is very personal because he kept saying no, and sometimes some people can take no as a freaking punch to the chest, but it helps. Um, I feel like he keeping the morals high, getting, creating better routine, expressing gratitude. I feel like that all those type of leadership inquiries, like inquiries, you know, everything to be professional, and to keep like the primary leaderships and everything effective. Thank you.